What's going on, everybody? My name is Mario. This is a channel all about amusement park type stuff, but mostly coasters. And today we're going to be checking out Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Let's talk about amusement parks, like rides and rides in the dark. Rides right here and rides all over, but mostly coasters, mostly coasters. We'll talk about all kind of things, but mostly coasters.
And coming with a little over 3 hours till park close, park definitely does not seem busy. A lot of people walking out. So I think this will be a fun little first of 2 half days at the park. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired, but I'm looking for a coaster to wake me up. Possessed might be a good way to wake me up. Maybe a demon will possess me and I'll wake up a little bit. Possessed was really fun. I rode it in the back row, so I didn't go up that twist very much, but the positive G-forces going up in the curve that throw you up the spike are pretty darn heavy, so that was really fun. And then the floating sensation up on the spike is great and insanely sustained, because since I was in the back, I went the highest up the backward spike. I'll have to get a ride on it towards the front so I can experience that vertical spiral, but pretty fun. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and make Steel Force my 300th roller coaster. 200 was a solo venture for me, so number 300 will be as well. Alrighty, 300th coaster out of the way. That was actually a really fun one, which was unexpected. It started off kind of not slow. It started off fast as far as speed goes, but as far as like pacing goes, it was kind of slow. I was in the back row. The drop was fine. It was good. A little bit of floater airtime, but not much of anything really. There's fun tunnels throughout the ride, which is great. But the best part is the return trip to the station. It's somewhat similar to Magnum XL 200 at Cedar Point, where you have just hill after hill after hill, but these are much less jarring and the strength of airtime is much weaker. It is still great airtime. I was floating out of my seat on every hill, so I had a ton of fun. I would not be surprised if this is my favorite ride in the park. I also have some interesting stuff to talk about probably when I get back to the car. Stay tuned towards the end of the video for some not so great opinions of this place so far. But as far as good things go, it's actually a really pretty park. I don't know why I'm surprised by that. I guess I've just seen very minimal coverage of Dorney Park. I know it's not the most popular park in the world. It kind of reminds me of like King's Dominion a little bit. There's just like a lot of trees, a lot of like nice natural beauty. I'm having a fun time so far. Now I'm heading on Thunderhawk, the park's wooden coaster, which I think is like insanely old. I'm excited, have no idea what to expect. I've heard nothing, literally nothing about this ride, so it's fun to go in with no expectations. Okay, so that was way better than I thought it would be. It's only about like, I don't know, maybe 70 feet tall, but I sat in the front row and I got ejector airtime, like flying out of my seat, no butt touching it, airtime. Going up into some of the turns, and then the 5-ish hills on the finale, and the one going into the brakes was the craziest. That completely tossed me out of my seat. Very good ride. So even though I am just trying to knock out all of the coasters tonight, I do feel as though I have to check out Deon Drop. This, I believe, is an Intamin first generation drop tower. They used to have one of these at Magic Mountain. I rode it when I was like 10 years old, so like 15 years ago. I remember this scaring the absolute pants off of me. I'm excited to check it out, see if it still does that. I think it will. They feel very sketchy from my recollection. So I'm excited to hopefully be scared. That was messed up. That was so fun. That was terrifying. 3 words to describe that. Messed up is 2 words, whatever. That is insane. Dropping down onto your back, terrifying. Even just being in that confined little cage. Yeah, it's old, but it's good. If you haven't done a drop tower like that before, there's not many of them still operating. If you come out to Dorney, definitely worth doing. Now I'm gonna go on Hydra if this is where it is, which it doesn't look like it is. So I'm gonna go the other way and then go on Hydra. That was insanely fun. I think it was exactly what I thought it would be, which was a really good floorless coaster. It is a tad shaky, but the inversions are all good. Starting off with that slow motion roll, so fun. I sat in the back row, so the drop was really good too. Everything was fun. So now we're gonna head on the last open non-kiddie coaster, Talon. This is a B&M inverted coaster, one that I am highly anticipating because not too dissimilar from Hydra. It is very unique for its kind, at least. That was also super fun. Sitting in the back row at night and having as long of hair as I do now, it was very hard to tell what the heck was happening for a lot of that ride. But there were a lot of positive G-forces pulling me down in my seat, good whippy inversions like you'd expect out of a B&M inverted coaster, but also some fun switch-ups. Hitting that helix sort of mid-ride is super fun. And then there's like a drop halfway through as well, where you do get some floater airtime sitting in the back. All in all, a really solid ride. I'm excited to ride it tomorrow when I can actually see what's happening. Now I'm gonna go and see if I can ride the kiddie coaster because I have no shame. Sometimes I do, not today. It is time for re-rides already, which is great because I just got to the park like 3 hours ago. So that was enough time to do all of the open roller coasters. We'll see how much I actually have time for, but I'm hoping to at least do Steel Force and Possessed. And for both of those, I would really like to check out the front, just for a different ride experience. So the front was really good. It was really fun to spin up that spike. My only problem with it, the same problem I had with Wicked Twister at Cedar Point, rest in peace, is you smack your head around a little bit from some of the spinning motion. I'm not usually prone to headbanging, even on rough coasters with over-the-shoulder restraints. But I smacked my ears a couple times, and that wasn't super fun. So I think I like the back better. I don't know. It's kind of a give and take. I like the spinning, but I also don't like hitting my head. But I'm gonna go check out what the front of Steel Force is like. All right, so it is pretty dead now. I was able to do front car. I sat in the third row, 2 rides back to back, and it was insanely fun up there. I think I may even like it better in that front car. The only place it's worse is the first drop. You're not getting tugged down, but the first drop was not anything special in the back row, but in the front row going into every hill is much more aggressive. And there's a couple moments that you don't really get airtime in the back that you do get airtime in the front. Very solid ride. One of the better coasters on this Pennsylvania trip of mine. Really fun. And to continue the trend of re-riding coasters, but in a different row, with 4 minutes left till park close, I am going to try and hop on Thunderhawk in the back car. I must say, it does look quite beautiful at night. I'm a sucker for the classic wooden aesthetic with the yellow lights tracing the track. Looks really nice. So that was actually a really fun way to end the night. The back row was surprisingly more tame than the front. I really like the front, so if you're only going to ride it in one place, I recommend riding it there because it does throw you up into some of those airtime moments. The back, I don't think had any airtime moments unique to its own. Just the airtime moments you do hit are a little less aggressive. Not typically the case for a back row ride. And I'm heading back to the car now to debrief a little bit before heading into tomorrow. I will say that it is very awesome that the park is open till 10 because I would not have come if it weren't open so late. Okay, so quick first impression / rant about Dorney Park so far. Very beautiful park. I did not expect it to be as pretty as it was. Good landscaping, lots of trees, lots of natural shade. All the rides look nice. Unfortunately, and this is not to the park's fault, a lot of the guests made it very hard to enjoy. You had countless people line jumping. There was a group of like 12-year-old, maybe 13-year-olds vaping in line. Like, where are your parents? Somebody's whole boob fell out on steel force as they were coming into the station. They looked down, saw it, and chose to leave it out. Yes, someone's hanger was just flopping over their shirt and they chose to leave it out. There were people talking about performing inappropriate actions in the restroom. There were people on the train for Talon saying, "Scream if you're homophobic," and then proceeding to scream. There were cops running around the park multiple times throughout my only 3-hour visit. Very trashy. If you frequent Dorney Park and you behave yourself, I apologize. I'm obviously not generalizing at all, but today I experienced my fair share of trashy, awful guests. Hopefully tomorrow will be better, but there were a lot of terrible guests. But the rides were really fun. Pretty solid collection of coasters, and then it looked like they had a lot of fun flat rides as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, turn on comments, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. And until next time, if your boob falls out on a coaster, please put it away.